coach can be a guide, but it's the lifter's glory, it's the lifter's work, it's the lifter's genetic predisposition towards producing force. A coach can help, but if you put a different coach on any of these elite powerlifters, the result would be the same.
Yeah. It's funny you should mention that. Like, listen, obviously, Ben Wright and I have been very close for a long time. We were friends for years before I ever became his coach. And he'll always say, "Oh, I did it because of you." And I go, "Well, you did the work." And he goes, "Yeah, but I only know about this because of you." And I said, "That doesn't mean that you wouldn't have found it a different way. You happened to reach that answer because I assisted you. But if I wasn't there, you would have found another way. It just came wrapped up in me. I was the package. Don't misidentify, what you've done to achieve success and attribute it to anyone else but yourself."
And that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
It's when I don't have a coach, mainly because I'm uncoachable. Oh, really? I one day I would love to be coached by Henry. I think that would be an incredible experience, but I'm afraid. I really am.
Yeah.
I don't want to disappoint. Firstly, I'd be the biggest disappointment to him as an athlete. And secondly, for every snarky, smart-ass comment I've made, it'd be 10 laps on the prowler. So
you'd be fit. Like, your work capacity would be through the
roof. My work capacity would be through the roof.
Your total would go down in that 6 months, but then afterwards it would jump back up because your work capacity would be so high that you'd be the prowler king.
He's still out there on the prowler, doing this mad stuff. He's an absolute maniac once he gets training, and he's scary.
Never
scary.
Been any different. Yeah.
Absolutely terrifying. Who was I talking to the other day in there? Oh, Sam Murphy was doing his prep there. Big Dogs was cancelled this year, and so oh God, where am I going to go and lift? It's like that film Jarhead. Right. I hate using military euphemisms because I've never served, military analogies because I've never served, but the Marine snipers return without having fired a round in anger, and they lose their shit. Well, that's what it would have been like, I suppose, although not downplaying the valour of people who have served. Train for this prestigious meet and have the meet cancelled. What the fuck am I going to do? So he found a APL meet to go to in North Queensland, which he lifted in on the weekend. But he'd been training on a squat bar. This meet was to be held with a power bar.
Oh, yeah.
Out of a mono.
Okay.
Power bar out of a mono. Yeah. Ooh. So he had to suddenly, in the last week, switch to this power bar. Now it's bending on his back, and he's got the mono uprights in. So
it's going to be really springy. Oh, yeah.
It's droopy.
That's why we got squat bars in the first place. That's why they were invented, to deal with that issue.
Yeah. Fuck. I personally hate the things because I've never really trained with them, and they feel big bars? And thick and
Oh man,
big and thick and bulky.
I remember first time I ever put one on my back. It was at the Muscle Pit. Dan Macri had bought one for training for being in there, and the first time I came down from Karratha and put it on my back, that Mastodon, it was the Mastodon. It felt like a big pillow, a big cushion on your back, and it seemed like an appropriate size bar for the loads that Daniel and I were lifting, and the size that we were. They just felt so much better. And then you go back to a 20 kilo bar, and feels like needles digging into you, and it's uncomfortable. And
that's all I know.
I'll take a 25 kilo bar anytime. But if you hadn't have shown me a 25 kilo bar, I would have been happy with the 20 for life.
Yeah.